I'm in a bit of a situation here and I need your judgment. I, female 59, have 3 kids in their mid-30s. My husband died 10 years ago and since then I have been on my own. I live in a small townhouse. I am not poor, but I am comfortable with my living situation. So recently, my son Keith, male 39, told me he wanted to throw a party for my granddaughter Rita's 18th birthday because she is going to be an adult. He wants the day to be memorable to her. I know my son. He loves his kids very much. I love my grandkids as well. I know he is going to buy her some expensive gifts. I, on the other hand, cannot afford to buy something expensive, but I wanted my gift to be thoughtful and show efforts that I love Rita as well. So, I had an idea. I have been a home cook for more than 30 years. I used to work in a restaurant before and then moved on to having my own catering business in my early years. I loved creating new recipes and altering the old ones to my own. So, I had an idea to make a compilation of some of my signature recipes and make them into a book. I wrote down 20 recipes on my computer, and with the help of some grateful people, I was able to print them out. I then had another idea to make the recipes into a cookbook. So, I went to a publication house and told them to make a cookbook that looks like an ancient book, except it will contain recipes. I did that because, 1, Rita has a passion for cooking. She wants to go to culinary school and hopes to open her own restaurant chain. 2, Rita also likes things that are like medieval. She is into one of those Lord of the Rings kind of things. So I thought it was a thoughtful gift for my lovely granddaughter. When the day arrived, I packed it up along with her favorite cookies. When it was time to open the presents, she got a lot of stuff, and when it was time for mine, I was happy. She opened it and gasped. I explained to her that the book contains all the signature recipes I have made over the years, and I want her to have it. She said thank you and that she appreciates my gift and someday she will try to recreate it. Everyone seems to be happy except for her mother. She pulled me aside and told me I should have put more effort into her gift and not given her some cheap book. I was appalled. I told her Rita likes it and that's all that should matter. She told me Rita only pretended to like it because she doesn't want to be disrespectful and Rita is still a child who doesn't know anything. And also added that it was a little narcissistic of me to make Rita's gift about myself and my cooking rather than it being about her. Now, I am sad. If Rita didn't like it, I would be happy to replace it. But it is now making me wonder if my gift was actually cheap or not. Should I have just bought something a little bit pricey rather than giving her a cookbook? Comment 1. OP, you are not the idiot. Rita's mother is. Some people are materialistic and she sounds like one of them. I'm sure Rita's gasp was with pleasure. Why not ask Rita directly? Her opinion is the only one that matters. For what it's worth, I would love a gift this thoughtful. If you ever decide to sell the book, recipes, please let me know. Comment 2. Not the idiot. You're quite amazing, actually. Trust me. It is your gift she will actually remember and cherish in the future, not the more expensive but forgettable ones. This idea is so thoughtful, personal, and amazing, and your daughter-in-law needs to get over herself. Not everything is measured by money. Then the original poster responded with, "Thank you. I only made this for her. I never shared these recipes with anyone because nobody really cared as long as they got to eat it. Rita always comes to me for instruction, so I thought it would be helpful for her." Comment 3. Years ago, a family member made my great-grandma's recipes into a cookbook and had them printed. It's one of my most treasured gifts. She passed away in 1988. She had raised my dad and his siblings after their mom had passed. A few years ago, I made her rhubarb raspberry jam and gave jars as Xmas gifts. My dad and uncle couldn't stop talking about how it tasted just like hers. You can save up and buy yourself things, but you can't buy your grandma's cooking. My sisters and I make her fudge for Christmas, and it takes me back to summer visits and fudge out of my great-grandma's fancy candy dish. Now, for the update. Hello. I want to thank everyone for your kind and warm comments. They are so nice and full of love. I know people have asked about what happened next. I wanted to give you some updates too. I saw some of you advise me to ask Rita privately if she liked the book I gave her or not. I did. I called her up a few days ago and just wanted to chat with her. After some small talk, I asked her if she liked the present I got for her. She told me she loved it. She has been reading all the recipes and will try to recreate them. She then, out of the blue, asked me if she and her brother could come to my place and stay. I told her they can whenever they want. I find it a little odd. They stayed over at our place when their mom and dad were going on a vacation, but I know for sure they are not. So, the next day, my son, Keith, dropped both my grandchildren, Rita and Tom, at my place. I knew something was wrong as soon as I saw my son's face. I invited them in. I asked Rita and her brother to go to the kitchen and have some snacks, and I asked my son if everything was all right. My son looked a bit sad and angry. It was a mixture of both of those emotions. Then he revealed to me that he had an argument with his wife and that he is seeking a divorce. Obviously, I was shocked. They never seemed like a couple who would have problems. Whenever I saw them, they were like happy couples who couldn't stay away from each other for a long time. I asked him in detail what exactly happened. Why is he seeking a divorce all of a sudden? He didn't go much into details. He just said he and his wife got into an argument because of my gift. His wife apparently told him to make me buy a second gift that looked a little bit expensive, like something designer. He said to her that it was not necessary. Rita likes it, and that's all that matters. They got into a significant altercation over this. My son confessed that he has been unhappy in his marriage for a long time. They would fight because of my daughter-in-law's habit of spending. My son does earn a lot, but to see his wife spending his hard-earned money on useless things really makes him mad. He tried to have a conversation with her because of it, but it failed. He also said there were other problems too, but he doesn't want to talk about it until he sorts this out. I regret that their argument was sparked by my gift. I hope they are able to sort it out. Regardless of what my son decides, I will be there to support him. I do feel bad for Rita and Tom. Rita is an adult and she can understand, but Tom is still 14. He has to grow up in an unpleasant situation. Before leaving, my son asked me if I could keep both of his kids with me for a while because the tension in his house right now is not healthy for them. I happily agreed. I don't mind having my grandkids with me. On the other hand, Rita has promised to help me find and compile my old recipes. Some of them are really old and the journal I wrote about has been in bad condition. I think writing them in a Word document is a better option. Also, a lot of you guys asked me to release my cookbook. I don't know if I will do that. That sounds like a good plan, but I will put a pin on it for now. I have a lot on my plate right now. Edit. Hello everyone. I appreciate all the comments, but I don't think it is fair to criticize my daughter-in-law so much. Yes, I know she was wrong here. She is not perfect. None of us are. But she is not a bad person overall, so cut her some slack. Comment 1. Absolutely not the idiot. Also, your daughter-in-law forgets to take into account that you made your granddaughter a custom gift for free. Custom-made items are often far more expensive than their base counterparts, and often you're paying the base cost plus any modifications. Sounds like your DIL cares more about vanity than actual functionality and use of objects. Comment 2. Thank you for the update. Also, your gift didn't cause this. Your gift might have been the spark that illuminated things, but one way or another something was going to come along that pushed that marriage past the brink. If anything, I should think that the way it happened just shows them that you have their back in the future. You gave them an anchor. Comment 3. I'm so thankful for the update. I'm glad your grandchildren and your son both have a positive, loving role model to lean on right now. Maybe they could both help with cooking the recipes. Cooking is such stress relief for so many. Way to be an awesome mom and grandma. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for being angry at my GF for abandoning me during our couple's vacation? I, male 27, and my GF, female 26, have been together for 4 years and lived together for nearly 2 years. Recently, due to our work schedule, we have been unable to go out much. My GF loves skiing. I'm a newbie, hiking and climbing. I can't do this due to my fear of height. Few weeks ago was her birthday. I bought her a necklace and proposed to her to organize a couple trip to the mountains together. I paid for it. This was the schedule we came up with. Day 1, skiing separately. Day 2, skiing alone and visiting a particular tourist spot we saw on the internet in the evening. Day 3, hiking together while chatting. Day 4, visiting the town nearby. Day 5, visiting another tourist spot and, more in general, free time together. Day 6, go back home. 1 week before our trip, she informed me that she had invited one of her friends and her BF to come with us. She would pay for their hotel and they would pay for the rest. I was a bit upset because she didn't even ask me. Despite the schedule, this was how we spent the days. Day 1, skiing. Day 2, skiing. Day 3, hiking. She talked to her friend the whole time. Day 4, skiing and visiting the town nearby as a group. Day 5, she found out there was a climbing spot nearby and decided to go there in the morning. She was supposed to come back at 1 p.m. but came back in the evening. Day 6, we went back home. During the whole trip, I asked her multiple times if we could do something together as a couple, and every time she told me we would spend the 5th day alone together. That didn't happen, so we basically spent 0 time together. I tried to let it go, but once we got home, she realized I was upset. She insisted, so I told her that I was happy she had fun, but upset our couple trip became a group trip in which she either abandoned or ignored me. She got angry, claiming that since this was supposed to be her birthday trip, she had the right to decide what she wanted to do. Am I the idiot for being angry over what happened? Comment 1. The idea of marriage has already gone down the ditch. Comment 2. NTA. You basically paid to go someplace and be alone. Can't wait to hear how you are sitting alone on your honeymoon while she is parasailing. Seriously discuss with her why she thought this was okay, as she spent 0 time with you as a couple and then lied to you and left you the entire 5th day by yourself instead of spending it with you. If this is normal behavior for her, you might want to explore other options. Comment 3. Not the idiot, she dismissed your feelings, then proceeded to plan this whole trip on your dime to invite her friends. Try to talk it out with her so she can understand why you're feeling this way, and if she continues to be rude, then man IDK if she's the one for you. Now, for the update. And if you're enjoying the video, hit that like button. I stayed at a friend's house for the last couple of days. I didn't have the strength to deal with my GF. I read all your comments and advice yesterday. I went back home today and waited in the living room for her to come back. I was obviously still upset, but I tried to stay calm and asked her how she felt about the trip and about what I had told her after we came back. She reiterated that she thought I was exaggerating and that the trip was a success and that everybody had fun. I reminded her that we had originally agreed this was supposed to be a trip for us to spend some time together. I asked her if she really thought that even under that POV, the trip had been a success. She hesitated but said that we will have plenty of time to spend together in the future. I told her that I doubted it and showed her the engagement ring I had bought to propose for her. I explained that before the trip, I was sure she was the woman I would have loved to spend my whole life with, but after what happened, I reflected deeply on our relationship and realized that it wasn't working out. I explained how much I sacrificed for her in the past, only to be left alone when I needed help, and how much what she did on the trip hurt me. She tried to say something, but I told her I was sick of listening to her and never being listened to. I told her I didn't want to listen to her now and probably not in the near future either. We broke up. The house is mine, so she went to stay with a friend. I wanted to thank all the people who commented under the original post for the advice. Thank you and goodbye. Comment 1. You did the right thing. Did she just accept that you broke up and still thought she was right? Or did she saw that she fricked up and been at least remorseful? And how did she react when she saw the ring? She said we could still be together and that she would try to fix things in some way. Then another commenter responded with, I'd like to know how she wants to fix this, because I can't see any way besides time traveling. Then the original poster responded with, I don't know, and to be sincere, I don't care anymore. Just the thought that I wasted my only vacation for the next 5 months being the driver doormat for her and her friends made my blood boil. Tomorrow I have to go back to work and I just want to think about something else and move on with my life. Comment 2. You dodged a bullet. She was that close to a ring and a house? Stay strong. She's coming back. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Comment 3. Good for you, OP. I'm proud of you. You amaze me because you truly gathered your thoughts and presented them to your ex-GF. It was clear she took you for granted because she just brushed you and the trip off. She dismissed your feelings because she thought everyone had a great time. Not everyone, because you didn't. I'm sure she won't take her next BF for granted. Looking back on how much you sacrificed was important. I know breakups are hard, but take it one day at a time. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.